from a Corvette in Arkansas that vanished into thin air. To a Dodge Challenger fleeing through Brooksville with drugs in the back seat. To a stolen Corvette weaving through traffic at 113 miles per hour until one slick TBI sent it straight into the ditch. These are the craziest supercar police chases caught on camera. But before we jump in, hit that subscribe button and tell me, do you think any of these drivers actually got away? On June 21st, 2025, Trooper Chris Dunham joined a chase after a white Dodge Challenger on I-55. Officers observed the driver to be Nicholas Charles and his passenger to be Kebron McFarland, having multiple felony warrants. The car, driven by Nicholas Charles, hit speeds over 150 miles per hour, ran a stop sign, and passed cars on the shoulder. Still over 140 miles per hour, the chase entered Luxora and turned west onto State Highway 158, where speeds climbed above 160 miles per hour.
30 to 35, Tom, tell me what you track.
Approaching the I-55 on-ramp, Dunham lost sight of the Challenger. From that point onwards, he was chasing a ghost. He continued for 5 miles before ending the pursuit at 7:58 p.m. Warrants were issued for Charles and McFarland. Charles surrendered on June 23rd and faces fleeing felony, reckless driving, and hindering apprehension. McFarland remains at large with additional warrants. Even the fastest escape ends when the law catches up. On December 16, 2023, an Arkansas state trooper noticed a Chevrolet Corvette flying down the highway at a blistering 100 miles per hour. When the trooper initiated a traffic stop, he noticed the car was also sporting an illegal license plate. But before the trooper could do much more, the Corvette's driver hit the gas and vanished.
Good. I'm at Circle K here on 271.
Give me 21 when you get the train.
Now, Schmidt, 1037.
33.
Troopers gave chase, but the Corvette had one big advantage: speed. In a matter of seconds, it was out of sight. The pursuing cruiser simply couldn't keep up.
Traffic. I've still got him inside, so he's going probably 100.
Other units scoured the area hoping to locate the elusive sports car, but the Corvette had pulled a disappearing act and no one could find a trace. And just like that, the pursuit came to an end, with no arrest, no suspect in custody, and one very smug Corvette driver somewhere far, far away. Turns out, horsepower really can buy you time, at least for now. On Sunday, February 26, 2023, Henry County Police were in pursuit of an orange Dodge Challenger speeding north on Dachshund 75 near mile marker 221. Georgia State Trooper Williams positioned himself ahead of the chase at mile marker 228, ready to assist. With lights and siren on, Trooper Williams saw the Challenger speed by on the left shoulder and joined the chase, taking the lead near mile marker 229. The driver weaved recklessly through traffic, changing lanes at high speed. A patrol car attempted to block the suspect, but the move failed. The Challenger's driver hit the gas and sped off again. The pursuit continued, and the suspect was cutting recklessly through lanes, weaving around traffic at high speed with no regard for safety. Near mile marker 235, the suspect slowed for motorcycles in the left lane. Trooper Williams seized the chance, performed a Piety maneuver, and spun the car to a stop across the interstate. The driver jumped out and ran across I-75, but Clayton County deputies quickly caught him on the opposite shoulder. He was identified as 23-year-old Nathan James Rogers and was arrested without incident. On June 8, 2021 at 4:06 p.m., TFC Moore responded to a pursuit of a black BMW on I-185. He joined at mile marker 14 as the car fled south at high speed through heavy traffic. Rain began, slicking the road, but the driver didn't slow down. At mile marker 10, Moore took the lead. The BMW hit 115 miles per hour and weaved dangerously. Water splashing from its tires reduced visibility. Moore attempted a pit maneuver, but the driver braked and swerved, causing the BMW to briefly drift into the right lane. The driver exited I-185 at high speed, crossed a median, and hit an oncoming car. Moore followed and rammed the BMW to stop it. Moore saw the driver reach down and spotted a handgun. Fearing for safety, he fired while retreating for cover. During the exchange, he stumbled, reloaded, and took cover. The driver was later found unarmed and given medical aid. A gun was recovered under a crate, and EMS took the driver to the hospital. On July 24, 2022, a Georgia state trooper pulled over a gray Dodge Charger at a Chevron gas station on Pryor Street. The tag was obscured, and the plate came back registered to a Toyota.
3621. 3621. Can you check and see if anybody kept his wallets with the dirt bike? It's in the house. I took his license out and put it back on the shelf next to the TV.
Before backup could arrive, the driver sped off from the gas station, heading north in the southbound lanes of Pryor Street.
Yeah, 10-4, but he stopped in a really weird place. He's 1080.
The suspect made a sharp left onto Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. Due to the wrong way driving, the initiating trooper couldn't follow. Trooper A. Gonzalez saw the Charger speeding erratically and made a U-turn to pursue.
Atlanta, if you can hear me, I believe I've got on that RDA, just crossing over Mechanical Street. And then take me, just move the light there.
Hey, 25 right, I got it going westbound RDA. Passing Empress.
Alright, David, you got it. Westbound RDA. Coming up to Glen Street.
The Dodge weaved through traffic, ran red lights, and crossed into oncoming lanes at dangerous speeds.
Coming up to Murphy, straight to Murphy. Straight to Whitehall, still westbound RDA. Still westbound RDA. Still west on RDA, clear. Yeah, he's still west on RDA, just past J Legend, something like that.
The car continued blowing through stop signs in a residential neighborhood and also hit a car.
Southbound on Westlake. Still southbound on Westlake. Yep. Just crossed over J-Bed. Southbound on Westlake. 1050, did he hit that car?
Moments later, the Dodge slammed into a utility pole and finally came to a stop.
896 is with y'all. Alright, he's on the rim. Front right tire off. 1050, Westlake. Right there, y'all got him.
The driver, identified as Marquavius Beasley, fled on foot but was arrested. Troopers found fraudulent Dodge keys, marijuana, and a broken window in the stolen Charger. Beasley had multiple warrants and claimed he rented the car via Cash App but had no proof. He was booked into Fulton County Jail. On June 20th, 2024, Arkansas police were alerted to a stolen Corvette from a Walmart in Pocahontas. The driver was identified as 35-year-old Sarah E. Bates, suspected to be under the influence. An officer soon found the car near State Highway 91.
I have the Arkansas. Is that my car? Jones, dispatch.
The officer attempted a traffic stop. Bates briefly pulled over, then sped off, fleeing north on the shoulder and running a red light.
Highway 63 here at the red light at Walnut Ridge with Adam William Robert 55 Sam.
10-4, Jones will see 12, are you correct? Yeah, or it could be 10-8, Thank you.
Roll one is down.
Jones will proceed, 1063, proceed 48.
48 Jones for us starting to take off.
Table.
Run the red light here, Walnut Ridge taking off. It's 10:37.
The chase reached speeds of over 113 miles per hour in a 60 zone. Bates ignored police commands and continued to pass drivers dangerously at high speed.
Stop the car.
31 Jones, proceed 14-4. 10-4. Ridge. Okay, now I'm leaving off this off. I'll try to keep that deal right here. They may.
Jones, we're continuing.
To end the pursuit safely, the trooper used a tactical vehicle intervention, pushing Bates's car into a ditch. She tried to drive out, but the officer blocked her in and was arrested.
Just stop the car. Pull over so you don't get hurt, Sarah. Just stop the car.
Bates showed signs of impairment and was taken in for a DWI evaluation. She faces charges for fleeing, reckless driving, DWI second, and more. The stolen car was recovered without damage. On January 28, 2024, Trooper Jay Peters clocked a gray Dodge Challenger going 77 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone in Brooksville. He pulled it over near Lockhart Road. Before approaching, Trooper Peters saw the car was a rental with dark tints. He ordered the driver to comply, but the driver sped off instead.
Take the keys of the car, put them on the roof, now. Put the keys on the roof, now.
The driver led troopers on a high-speed pursuit for about 7 miles westbound on Cortez Boulevard.
Dodge Challenger. That's where we almost have to stop.
The driver continued driving recklessly through traffic, ignoring all rules.
Passing red flag lane, coming up towards the truck route now. Passing red flag towards the truck route, 125.
Chase continued, and a trooper attempted a piette maneuver, which was unsuccessful, and pushed the suspect back eastbound.
Single fist. Oh, you cross the medium, grass medium. Single spot whiskey, single spot whiskey.
Single spot whiskey.
Hit. Signal, oh, we're going back. We're back westbound. Back eastbound.
After nearly 4 more miles of fleeing, the suspect lost control of the vehicle and crashed near Spring Lake Highway, causing a secondary crash with another motorist.
Single four.
The driver was identified as Brandon Johnson. Troopers arrested him with no license and an active warrant. 2 minors were in the car, prompting a DCF investigation. Troopers found cocaine, marijuana, and a scale in the Dodge Challenger. Johnson was booked into the Hernando County Jail. On August 7, 2024, at 11:43 a.m., a Florida Highway Patrol trooper spotted a gray Dodge Charger speeding on Interstate 10 in Gadsden County. The car was clocked at 82 miles per hour, then slowed down and began tailgating a truck. The trooper noticed it had a California license plate. As the trooper pulled up beside the vehicle, the driver swerved toward exit 174, then suddenly veered back onto the highway across the Gore area.
Now he's not maintaining his travel lane. I think he was going to take the exit and saw that I was going to take it with him and decided not to.
Emergency lights and siren were activated. The Charger slowed briefly, then accelerated, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Drive past the guardrail. Keep driving. Keep driving. Wait, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you head up this way? 173 westbound. Stop.
The driver ignored stop commands. Officers then attempted a pit maneuver, causing slight damage to the car, but it continued fleeing at high speed. The driver reached speeds of over 120 miles per hour, failed to stay in his lane, and tried several times to ram the patrol vehicle. At mile marker 168, the trooper performed a successful PIT maneuver. The Charger spun to a stop. Driver Steve Manuel Jr. fled on foot, ignoring commands, while 2 passengers, Kimberly S. Jones and Maurice T., stayed and were detained. IDs, his iPhone, and drug paraphernalia were found in the car. After a 6-hour manhunt, Manuel was caught and jailed in Gadsden County, facing multiple charges, including fleeing, child neglect, and drug possession. On March 4th, 2024, at 4:41 p.m., a Florida trooper saw a white Dodge Charger with dark tints speeding north on I-75 near mile marker 153. When the trooper tried to stop it, the driver fled, swerving through lanes and exiting at Tucker's Grade at high speed. The Charger re-entered the interstate heading southbound, pushing speeds over 145 miles per hour. The suspect's car was cutting recklessly through lanes, weaving around traffic at high speed with no regard for safety. Another trooper joined the pursuit and took the lead. At 120 miles per hour, the suspect clipped the patrol car, sending both onto the grass near mile marker 148. The Charger landed in a ditch. The patrol car stopped nearby. Troopers arrested the driver identified as Tobias Cody and passenger Roosevelt Williams without resistance. Williams had marijuana and more drugs, paraphernalia, and a loaded gun were found in the car. Cody was charged with aggravated fleeing, battery, and reckless driving. On December 17, 2023, a Florida trooper heard a loud Dodge Charger with an aftermarket exhaust speed past a racetrack on Blue Heron Boulevard. At Blue Heron and North Military Trail, the trooper saw two Dodge Chargers. The light gray one sped off, and the trooper began pursuit. He followed the Charger as it ran a red light and turned left onto North Jog Road and nearly hit a car. At PGA Boulevard and Military Trail, the Charger hit another car, then fled, weaving recklessly through traffic. The chase continued through Palm Beach Gardens, with the suspect committing multiple traffic violations. The trooper performed a pit maneuver on Military Trail near Gardenia Drive. The Charger spun off the road, hitting bushes and signs before stopping. The passenger complied, but the driver, later identified as Jalen Davis, ran and was found hiding in bushes. Davis admitted owning the Charger and had the keys. He was booked into Palm Beach County Jail on multiple charges, including fleeing, burglary, reckless driving, and hit and run.